All right, welcome back, everyone. Again, another lab. All right, because now what we're going to start doing is start talking about static routing and routing with a routing protocol. So instead of showing you a presentation, I'm going to show you how you would do that with a packet tracer. Now, the IP addresses already have been put in, okay, and because you already know how to assign an IP address with PC, you already know how to assign IP addresses to router interfaces, even to the switch. But I didn't put anything on the switch. And then the clock rate were the DCE part of the cable. Remember, the cable is like a crossover cable. This is the DCE side. That's why you see the clock. This is the DTE side where it has no clock rate, no need. But if you take a look at the router, which I'm going to show you right now, and sit down here. All right, let me move the lab. Well, you really don't need to know about the lab. You can see, you knew already what the lab looks like, but you do need to see the router. Okay, right there. This is router 0, which is the very first router to the left. And I'm going to do a show IP route. Show IP route shows you your routing table. And as you can see right there, it only knows about connected routes. Connected routes. That's why that letter C is right there. All right. And if you don't know what that means, well, you got a nice little thing right up here that says codes and it tells you, hey, look, connected routes. Okay. So that's one thing that you can look at. But you need to know, okay, so I know about connected routes, but I don't know how to get to, all right, which is important. I'll move this. I'll put it back in. I don't know how to get to this particular network right here, the 2-dot network. I don't, because if I have a word to ping, and let me open up that PC right there, and I'll move it to where you can see it over here, and I'm going to ping 192.168.2.1, and it says unreachable. Unreachable. Why is it unreachable? Because it went all the way to this router, and the router looks at its routing table and it says, I have no idea where that packet is at. So guess what? It's unreachable because he doesn't know. You saw the routing table, what it said, right? He only knows about those two networks right there, the 10114, which is the one here on top, and then the one that he's connected to directly in your LAN, which is the 192.168.1.0. That's it. So he doesn't know about the 2.0. So we're going to tell him, okay, statically, how to get to that particular route. Okay, and that's going to be pretty simple. We got to go to global configuration. We're going to go IP route. I want to get to the 192.168.2.0, or yeah, .0, that's using a 255.255.255 mask through this exit interface. Right, and then we're going to do WR. You have to go to privilege mode and do copy run start. Disclaimer. All right, so don't tell me I didn't tell you later. All right, show IP route again. Now there's an entry, but it has an S. All right, now it has an S. Now will it say unreachable? Let's find out. Let's put this back over here. And let's do an up arrow. And now what do we get? Oh, look at, oh, now it's not unreachable. Now we're getting a request timeout. So what's going on there? Why are we getting a request timeout instead of an unreachable? Because now the router does have it in its routing table. Says, oh, I know where to send you. I'm going to go ahead and send you out that particular interface to this router. This router says, hey, I'm connected to the 2.0 network. I know where to send you. I'm going to send you down this pipe. But then when he tries to do a reply to that, when he gets to this, I go, wait a minute, I have no idea where the, let me see if I can open this up. Let me sit down so I don't make a mess of things. Use the mouse, make it better. That router right there, show IP route, which is router 1, he has no idea that the one network exists. He only knows about what he's connected to. So now we got to tell him. We got to go to that router. Or you got to call your buddy and say, hey, you got to put in your route to get back to me because I'm getting a request timeout from you. And I've troubleshooted it. And I got to a certain point and I got it. So we're going to go ahead and do it statically. Okay. We're going to do the same exact thing, but to a different network. So global config, IP route, oops, hit enter too quick, 192.168.1.0 with the same mask, all right, because that's the mask he has. Through what exit interface? It's the same one, mine, S0/0/ not 8/0, enter. Do WR, do show IP route. Now I know I do a lot of do commands because it's just quick, but you cannot do that when you go to your test. You have to do show IP route. And you can see right there, there's my S right there that's showing me. Now I know how to get to, come on now. Now I know how to get to that 1.0 network. Now I know how to get there. So let's see what the PC tells me this time. Okay? And I'm sitting on a stool, that's why you see me straddling. Okay? So I'm gonna go over here, open this up, just bring this down here. It gave me a first an unreachable, then a timeout, and now it gives me a reply. Because now that router knew where to go, where to send it, and then knew where to reply to. So that's, now we have full connectivity. So that's using static routes, okay? Let me see here. Statically, right? Statically, well, we already know about statically assigning the addresses, but I want to show you how to statically to get to one side or the other. Now, as far as routing protocols are concerned, and I don't know if I want to show you this now. I probably will. You got to choose, depending on the design of your network, which routing protocol you're going to choose. So the one that they use for the CSENT is RIP version 2. So I'll show you a real quick example on how to do RIP, but we got to get rid of our static route. Why is that? Because static routes have an administrative distance of 0 or 1. And we'll get into that when we get to a routing chapter. Okay? So we need to get rid of it because RIP has an administrative distance of 120. So what do? I'm going to go to config T. I'm going to say, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a do show start. I'm going to scroll down till I get to that end. No, not that. That right there. And now I'm going to do no, not none, no. And I'm just going to copy this. Copy. Paste it. That is going to get rid of it. And now I'm going to configure RIP. With RIP, it's a little different story. Router RIP, and I'm not going to get into the details of it. Router RIP version 2, network 10.0.0.0, network 192.168.1.0, no auto summary. You will get this in a future presentation. Do not worry. All right, do WR. And now I'm going to come over here to the other router. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to do a do show start. Okay, boom, there's what I wanted to see. I'm going to say no, take out this route. Okay, copy, paste. Okay, and then I'm going to do RIP. So router RIP version 2, network 10.0.0.0, and network 192.168.2.0, no auto summary, do WR. Now if we were to look at our routing table, show IP route, all right, now instead of static routes, now we see something called, we see an R, which means RIP. Now we can get to where we need to go through RIP. So since PC0 is the one that we've been using as a demonstration, if I can find my mouse again, here it is, okay, that it has that, I'm going to go ahead and go here, all right, and we saw we got a reply. Let me go ahead and ping it again, and now we get a reply again, but this time we're using a routing protocol, which means it's saying, hey, the routing protocol says I need to go out this way. I'm going to send a multicast, which is a 224.0.0.9, and tell it, hey, this is the network that I'm trying to get to, and then the reply does the same thing on the way back. So that's doing something statically or using a routing protocol. Very simple to do. We'll get into the details much later. I'll see you in the next.